Nigel Farage has exposed his biggest concern surrounding the UK economy when coronavirus is over as he hit out at Chancellor Rishi Sunak's claim that the country will bounce back. Nigel Farage explained he believes British consumers will not be spending after the coronavirus pandemic and there will be more of a need to save. He noted it is due to fears there will be a second wave of COVID-19 which could potentially cause another lockdown. It comes after Chancellor Rishi Sunak said not every business or household could be protected, but that a bounce-back in growth was expected when the crisis eases. Speaking on his LBC show, Mr. Farage said, "Once this is over, will you be out spending and consuming the way you were before? This OBR report assumes that the economy will recover quickly when I am not so sure. I think once this is over consumers will be a lot more cautious than they were before. People will save more rather than spending more. I think there will be a lot of companies who have gone bust who just aren't part of the UK economy anymore. The fear is in the autumn we could get a rise again in the virus. I think the impact of this on our economy will be very long-lasting indeed. We're gonna find ourselves in a much weaker position than Germany and America and a host of other countries who have managed to get more money into businesses during this crisis. More than 2 million people could lose their jobs and the economy may fall off a cliff edge because of the coronavirus lockdown, the UK's fiscal watchdog has said, as the Chancellor warned of tough times. The Office for Budget Responsibility (OBR) said unemployment could hit 3.4 million, up from 1.3 million, leaving around 1 in 10 of the working population without a job, while the economy may shrink by 35% between April and June. In its first estimate of the economic toll taken by the crisis, the OBR said public sector net borrowing is expected to increase by £218 billion this year, compared with March forecasts, hitting £273 billion, or 14% of GDP. The forecaster stated, that would be the largest single-year deficit since the Second World War. The sharp rise in borrowing this year largely reflects the impact of economic disruption on receipts with smaller effects from policy measures like the business rates holidays and policy measures that add to public spending with smaller effects. It based the outlook on a scenario where the lockdown lasts 3 months followed by a partial lifting for 3 months, but said, in this case, that there would be a sharp bounce back in the economy, with gross domestic product likely to jump 25% in the third quarter and a further 20% in the final 3 months of 2020. Mr. Sunak told the Daily Downing Street press conference, "These are tough times and there will be more to come. As I have said before, we cannot protect every business and every household. But we came into this crisis with a fundamentally sound economy, powered by the hard work and ingenuity of the British people and British businesses. So while those economic impacts are significant, the OBR also expects them to be temporary, with a bounce